Hey everyone, it's Catherine, and this video is all about the stuff you guys have been dying to know. A little disclaimer, I've been getting a ton of Tumblr questions from all of you, a lot of them being anonymous, and I just want to let you know the link I have in my down bar goes to the portal you can ask a question, but if you would delete everything and just go to katherout.tumblr.com, you will get basically a whole feed of questions and answers I have posted. I say that because I've been getting a lot of repeated messages asking similar questions. I literally just answered maybe 15 to 20 questions below. So I thought, from now on I could just direct everyone that asks a repeated question to this video so they could figure out the answer without me having to type out a similar but somewhat different answer to every single question I get. Capiche? Also, side note, I just want to welcome you guys. If you would like to ask questions on my Tumblr other than college related stuff, please do so. You can ask questions about my personal life, advice questions, and also school stuff, but I just want to let you know that's not all about college stuff, although you guys trust my opinion on that for who knows why. A question it seems like I get a bazillion times is, are you in a sorority? Why didn't you choose to do a sorority? What do you think about sororities? And I'm going to give you a little story. I like the story. So when I was applying to colleges, I always thought I was going to be in a sorority. Very much something I'm into, sisterhood, having that tight-knit group of girls, a lot of spirit, a lot of unity and bond there. And I was looking into going to school in like Virginia, North Carolina, like almost the South, but not quite the South. And there, like 60% of girls are in Greek life, so I thought, I might as well just do it. However, I decided I was going to go to college in California. And I decided I was going to do marching band, which is always something I had planned on, but never thought about the overlap between marching band and sororities, which at USC is pretty much zero. It's impossible. There are girls that do it, but you just really can't do sorority freshman year and band freshman year. And for me, band is my outlet to get that family, that unity feel. And guess what? Band is free. I had no idea that sororities and fraternities cost as much as they do in dues. Honestly, it's too far out of my budget to even consider, and just the rush process happened at a time where I was deep in the midst of band camp and band stuff, so I didn't even have time to think about going to the events, much less look up when the times were, because I knew I was going to be a conflict with my schedule. So that's why I didn't join a sorority. I have nothing against sororities. People, I guess, kind of expect me to be in a sorority because I have that kind of feel about me. And I have a ton of friends that are in sororities that are great quality people. There can be bad side sororities and there can be a healthy way to do a sorority. So just examine your options. If you're comfortable paying the fee, go for it. Otherwise, there are so many other organizations on campus you don't have to pay for and give you that same family bond. So, second, because I've done a couple of videos about taking college tests, a lot of you ask about test prep. Which ACT test book can I use? When should I start studying? How many mock tests should I take? Should I take a class? Should I do SAT first? Should I do ACT first? And honestly, guys, I am so far out of the time period where I knew about testing to give you this advice. Not only is SAT changing, but the books are always changing, and I didn't really think too much about the books at the time. All of my test prep stuff I mentioned in my college advice series, all about test prep. So if you're asking something I didn't answer in that video or didn't cover in the video, it's something I don't know about and can't give you advice about. So to be quite frank, from this point on, I really can't give you advice. I really just use the ACT branded book, and for SAT I used my personal courses book that I signed up for and paid for that summer. With that, people always ask my test scores, my GPA, because they want to stack up and see if they can get into USC. If that's the reason you're asking the question, you want to see if you can get into the schools I got into, that's not what you're looking for. Not only are GPAs different at every single school and the way they weight classes are different, you might have 2 APs available at your school, or another school they might have 30. Your GPA is going to be different no matter what, so you can't look at that. Test scores wise, there's no perfect score that's going to get you into a school. People get rejected with 2400s and people get in with a 2000 to USC. It's not like a dead set thing. But if you are wondering just for the pure knowledge of it, I had a 4.0 unweighted GPA at the time I applied to colleges. I don't really know my weighted GPA just because it was hard to calculate between the number of units I took and what was weighted and what was not. So I think it was somewhere around maybe a 4.1, 4.15, 4.2, somewhere in there. Honestly don't know. I took the SAT once in the fall of my junior year, got a 2160, decided I want to take the ACT next, self-studied for that the summer after my junior year and received a 35, which was phenomenal, blew my mind. That's what I kept. So there you go. Next, what major am I? Something I just made a video about is that I'm a business major. I've been getting plenty of questions about that, wondering about what major you should be in if you want to go to master's school, or what classes you should take if you want to be a business major. So I am a business major, that's enough. I have a whole video on that. I'll try to answer those questions as much as I can, but again, there's so much overlap. Please look at previous questions on my Tumblr. Next, why am I graduating in 3 years? Shocker, if you didn't know, I'm graduating from college in 3 years after my junior year, so basically the next year I'm going into, I'll be about halfway done with my college career, which sucks. I really don't want to graduate in 3 years. I would love to be at USC for 19 years, but obviously it's not a possibility. College is very, very expensive, and my parents' college fund wasn't enough to cover 4 years at USC. With the number of AP credits I brought in and the fact that Marshall's curriculum does allow for a little bit of wiggle room, it was very much possible for me to graduate in 3 years if I just accelerate the program and do a lot more than most others do. I have a couple of friends that was an option for them. They decided not to take it, but for me, the only reason I can be at USC is because I can graduate in 3 years, because I didn't want to be in like tens of thousands of dollars of debt. So that's why I'm graduating in 3 years. If some of you would like to send me another $60,000 so I can spend a 4th year, that'd be great, but otherwise I'm going to be graduating in that short amount of time. So because I talked about financial stuff, a lot of you are asking, how do I support myself financially in college? How do I get scholarships? What are these scholarships out there for me to apply to? Give me scholarships. I am not an expert on college admissions. I can't give you scholarships. I literally tried applying to a bunch of scholarships. I did the same thing a lot of you are probably doing. I just Googled around. I don't have a goal to take it for the best site to find scholarships on. I just asked my school counselor. I Googled a bunch, and at the end of the day, I didn't actually apply for any scholarships because at USC, the scholarships that you receive from outside sources subtract from your financial aid package, even though my financial aid package is basically zero. I don't have advice for scholarships other than just Google it and ask around. And finally, what am I hoping to do with my business major? What am I looking to do in the future? And this is pretty obvious, but I really want to go and work at Disney. I am insane. Disney has brought me so much happiness. I think about Disney all the time, and the parks are part happiness for me and part like, how does this work? How does this work so well? And I really want to be a part of that. I really want to help Disney grow, especially on the park side. So hopefully I'll get into Disney corporate at some point. A lot of you have recommended I do the Disney college program, and I'm thinking about that option more and more, especially because I'm graduating early and potentially could do that for a semester. Not really sure. So that's where I'm looking to go after college. I don't exactly know. Obviously I can't guarantee I'm going to be in Disney, but that's one of my options out there that I'm really striving towards. So, those are all the questions I think I get the most. Please do not hesitate to ask me questions on Tumblr, but just know if your question isn't answered, it's because I either don't have the expertise to answer it, or because it's been answered recently and you should just scroll through the general feed to find your answer. I love that you guys come to me for advice and everything. It feels really, really good that I get to help you out in whatever small, little, menial, or big thing that happens in your life. Let me know if you'd like to do just a general Q&A. You can ask whatever questions you want. Ask me some questions down below, and I'll potentially get to that sometime soon in the summer or fall. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time, and Katherout.